This video will show you how to calculate commission and tip. Any notes such as examples, definitions should be copied down on your note sheet. Let's start with a definition for commission. This should be copied down on your note sheet. Commission is a percentage of money an employee earns for selling a product. The percentage is a portion of the cost of the product they sold. So for example, if an employee sells something that is really expensive, that means they might have a chance of earning more money because the product was more expensive. What jobs earn commission? Some examples are real estate agent, someone who sells houses or apartments or condos, townhouses, a car salesman, or a jewelry salesperson. So these are some examples of jobs that might earn commission, a percentage of a portion of the cost of the product that they sold. How to calculate commission. So here's an example of a word problem. Anything that I do should be copied down on your notes. You are a real estate agent in DC. You earn 12% commission and just sold a house in Southeast for $250,000. How much money did you earn? So this word problem is telling us that a real estate agent earns 12% of $250,000 because that's the cost of the product, which is the house. So 12% commission, and you just sold a house for $250,000. So our first step here is to convert the percent to a decimal. So I know that 12% as a decimal, the quick rule is if the decimal point starts here, I can just move it 2 places to the left. So 12% as a decimal would be, what in the world? Would be 1200, sorry. So first step, convert the percent to a decimal. And then second step, we multiply the decimal by the cost of the house. So 250,000 times 1200ths, and I line up my values. So this is a review of multiplying a decimal by a whole number. So 2 times 0 is 0, 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 2 times 5 is 10, carry my 1, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 would be 5. Add my placeholder, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, and then 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5, and then 1 times 2 is 2. And then I'll go ahead and add 0, 0, 0, lots of zeros. 5 plus 5 is 0, plus 1 is 2, 3. And then move my decimal point 2 places to the left because I have 2 total digits behind my decimal point, so it'd be 1, 2. And then so my final answer would be here, so 30000, and as dollars it would be $30,000. So this answer is saying that if you were a real estate agent in DC, you sold a house for $250,000, you would earn $30,000 just by selling the house. So this is how to calculate commission. So now let's take a look at tip. Tip is a percentage of a customer's total bill that an employee earns. Again, this should be copied down on your note sheet. What jobs earn tip? Some examples of jobs that earn tip are waiter or waitress at a restaurant. Babysitters could get tips. DJ, like a music DJ, could earn a certain amount for working at a party or an event. And then also a taxi driver. These examples should be copied down on your note sheet. How to calculate tip. So here's a word problem on how to calculate tip. You and your friends ate at Buffalo Wild Wings. Your bill was $37.50. You want to leave the waiter a 15% tip. How much money should you leave? So again, remember tip is a portion of the total bill. So I know our total bill is $37.50 and we want to leave a 15% tip. So our first step is to convert the percent to a decimal. So, 15% as a decimal. Remember, I can just move the decimal point 2 places to the left if I want to make it a decimal. So 15% as a decimal would be 15 hundredths. So step 1, convert percent to a decimal. And then step 2, we multiply the total bill times the decimal. So if our total bill is $37.50, then we multiply it by 15 hundredths. And I'll line up my decimal points. 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37, 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. And then add my placeholder. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 3 is 3. Then I add 0, 5, 12, carry my 1, 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 7 is 16, 3 plus 1, that's 4, that's 5. And then since there are a total of 4 digits behind my decimal points, I move it 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in dollars, my final answer, my decimal point would be right here. My final answer for my tip would be $5.63. So I'll round it up because of this 5 behind that 2. So how much money should you leave as tip to the waiter would be $5.63, which is also 15% of $37.50. And then just a quick thing, if I wanted to find my total bill, what I would be paying for the food and the tip, then I just add $37.50, which was my total bill for the food, plus the tip. So I just add it together, and then my final total bill would be $43.13 plus tip. So again, this is my final, and then $5.63 would be just my tip for the waiter. So this is how to calculate tip. Next, complete the task on the back of your sheet. This is kind of a research task where you'll be looking up cars, prices of cars and houses online, and then calculating commission, and then looking through restaurant menus and calculating tips. So complete the task on the back of your sheet.